Hey beautiful souls, welcome back to my channel. So today I have a general reading for you. It is a general reading, so it may or may not resonate for you. You might find only little bits of it resonate for you, and that's okay. Just take what resonates and leave the rest. It is a timeless reading, so whenever you come across this reading, there should be a message for you, okay? So let's take a look and see what the message is for today, please. Are you feeling like, okay, I was just going to say, as I was just about to say, are you feeling like there's a delay in your manifestation? On the bottom of the deck, we have roots of abundance. So I do feel that this is something to do with a physical manifestation, something not manifesting in the physical. And I'm just being drawn to the lock, the keyhole, I don't know if you can see it there, in the tree, and I heard Spirit say you have the key to unlocking all of your abundance, okay? You hold the key within to unlocking all of the abundance within you. Abundance is your birthright. So the card that came out is Spirit of Gratitude. So for some of you, the key to unlocking your manifestation or your abundance is changing your perspective from a lack mentality into an abundant mindset, okay? And you can do that by being grateful for what you already have. So making a gratitude journal, write down all the things that you're grateful for alongside all of the things that you would like to manifest. With manifestation, you kind of, to manifest something, for something to manifest into the physical, you have to be in alignment, okay? You have to raise your frequency. You have to be vibrating at that same frequency. So what I'm getting here is, for some of you that are maybe having trouble understanding how to manifest, you need to speak about it as if you've already got it, okay? But that's not then necessarily going to appear overnight. You also have to work on your frequency and raise your frequency. So you might be thinking, well, I'm grateful for what I've got and I've written a gratitude list, so where am I going wrong? Why is it still not manifesting? Because you need to raise your frequency. You need to let go of the outcome of what it is you're trying to manifest. Because if you're, or it might be that you're holding on to it coming in a certain way. So if you're doing those things, you're attached to the outcome, but how you want it and how you expect it to come in might not be for your highest good. It has to, what you manifest has to be for the highest and greatest good of all, not just for yourself. Because what you manifest into your life has an impact on the whole collective, the whole world. It's like a domino, okay? Like the domino effect, sorry. Or is it the butterfly effect? Whatever, when it is, you get the gist. So for some of you, I can hear you saying, but I've done a gratitude list. I am grateful. Why isn't it manifesting? I've just heard somebody say, I wasn't grateful. She took something for granted. So you weren't grateful for what you were being offered with something. And as a result, you've lost it. It's been taken away for you. To take it in inverted commas, okay? It's been taken away from you in order for you to learn to be grateful for what you do have. For others of you, you've been doing the work, you've been doing your manifesting, you're in alignment, and you're grateful, and your manifestations are about to come in. Okay, let's get some. I've just started to feel quite nauseous. Are you worried about something? What are you worrying about? Are you worried that what you've lost won't come back? If you're worrying that this manifestation, your abundance isn't coming, that you're not manifesting in the right way, you're creating more of that. You're creating more fear. There's a need, I can feel it in my chest, okay? My chest is getting tight. There's a need to change your perspective from a lack mindset to an abundant mindset, okay? You have to start acting like you already have it. Your words, your thoughts, your words, your actions all have to be in alignment with it. So you can't just say you do something. So if you say, I don't know, you support someone or in what they're doing, but your actions aren't showing that, then you're not in alignment. So that's not going to manifest into the physical world. Okay, does that make sense? That's a really random example. So I don't know if that resonates for someone in particular. Queen of Swords. Okay, the Queen of Swords gets a bad rap for being the Ice Queen, but she can be in her negative state when she's not balanced. But when the Queen of Swords is balanced, she knows what to say and she knows when to say it. Her words hold power, okay? She knows how to communicate. She knows her words she can choose how she uses her words. They can be cutting, they can be blunt. There's also an element of like picking your battles. She has firm boundaries in place to protect her own peace and her own energy and her heart. So some people think that she's coming across as cold and uncaring, and I don't feel that that's the case. Do you feel like somebody maybe wasn't grateful for you and that didn't care about you, that they were being cold towards you? Or someone's taken actions that you feel have isolated you, or maybe you did something and somebody's distanced themselves as a result. There's an element of feeling like out in the cold. And get some more information, please. Thank you. 5 of Pentacles, yep. Knight of Pentacles. Okay, I feel like you've been left out in the cold. Someone's been left out in the cold. Either you left someone out in the cold or they've left you out in the cold, depending on which side of the fence this is. For those of you that are resonating with your manifestations are coming in and you're in alignment, I feel like you had to make a decision to cut somebody off in order to be this Knight of Pentacles, okay? On the other side of the fence, if you feel like you're the one who's lost something, or you've been pushed out because somebody's put boundaries in place and you feel like they're being cold towards you, you feel like there's this victim mentality. The 5 of Pentacles is about a victim mentality. You've got the key to unlock the door. You need to change your mindset. You need to see this situation from a different perspective. I'm not trying to invalidate your feelings, but what I'm saying to you, I'm trying to say to you is that you feel like you've been left out in the cold, or someone's left you, maybe you feel like you're going to come across as uncaring because you've disconnected from someone. But what I'm hearing is that this has been a long time coming. This has been a long time coming because there was an imbalance, okay? One of you was grateful. I do feel like this is a connection. It could possibly be between two women, and I see a man here. Potentially, I don't want to say a love triangle, but 3 people involved. And the Queen of Swords, whoever resonates as being the Queen of Swords, like, basically was so grateful for all of this. But it got to a point where enough was enough, and she had to make decisions that came across as uncaring, unfeeling, and may have hurt you. But that wasn't the intention. And I feel like maybe you feel like you've been left out in the cold for this Knight of Pentacles. Do you feel, okay, depending on which side of the fence you're on, because I kind of feel like some of you that are watching are the person who feels like they've been pushed out into the cold and that somebody made a decision to choose someone over you. And I think that's why these cards have come out together. So let's go with that for the time being. Whoever is resonating with the 5 of Pentacles and being left out in the cold feels like this Queen of Swords. Oh, okay. The Tower's crumbling. Something has crumbled. Okay. So whoever's resonating with being left out in the cold, okay, feels like the Queen of Swords has cut you out for this Knight of Pentacles. Okay. But with these two coming out together, I feel like this Queen of Swords was kind of put in a difficult position. Like, because if you see, she's looking at the flags. There are 2 flags. Okay, one of these has a red flag. One is blue, one is yellow, but there is a red flag here. So she's looking for red flags. And I feel like she ultimately made a decision for herself. I feel like she chose herself. There was no... Whoever's resonating with this Queen of Swords had to make a decision that was really tough, and it made her look cold and uncaring. But she didn't choose anyone. Like, she didn't choose the 5 of Pentacles or the Knight of Pentacles. She chose herself. She chose to make a decision that was right for her, even though she knew it was going to look like she'd chosen the Knight of Pentacles over the 5 of Pentacles. Are we on the same path? Are we on the same page? But she knows that the decision she made has been a long time coming. It is a decision that I think she was putting off. She didn't want to make this decision. But this Knight of Pentacles coming in basically was the universe's way of saying, enough, you're not listening to us. Now we're going to put you in a situation where you have no choice but to do what you know you need to do. Okay, so because the universe will send you signs and synchronicities to do something. If you're not doing it, then sometimes they do send another person in or create a situation where you're left with no choice but to do it the hard way, and it's not nice. It just, you know, we have a choice. We can listen to the universe and do things the easy way, or we can ignore them and then they come in and they shove us. But either way, this Queen of Swords knows she's coming across as being uncaring. She's truly not. She just made a decision that was right for her. It just so happens that it involves this Knight of Pentacles in a potentially, these two are now together in a, they're still in communication, whereas you've been left out in the cold. I hope that makes sense. Let's see if we can get some more information. Okay. Yeah. This decision has been a long time coming, and it was spirit-led. Spirit made her this Queen of Swords. Now, it doesn't have to be a female. It can be a masculine in their feminine energy. But for the purposes of this reading, I'm going to use he and she for the easy channeling, because that's what's on the cards. This was fast moving. It happened really, really quickly. It was an act of self-love. This was an act, whatever decision they made to cut you out and why they made their decision, it wasn't because they were choosing someone over you. It was because they were choosing themselves, okay? They made a decision because, like, that whatever was happening was hurting them. It was hurting their heart. It didn't make them feel good. And something about not having time to mess around, okay? There wasn't time. Time was limited. They had to make a decision, and they had to make a decision quickly. So I feel like you feel like they didn't talk to you about it, but I feel like they did. Maybe not directly, but there's an element of there were warnings, okay? There were red flags. They tried to tell you, maybe in a sugar-coated way, and you kind of didn't pick up on that. So it got to a point where time was running out, decisions needed to be made, and they just had to make a decision that was right for them. If people make a decision from a place of love and self-care and you don't like that decision, you don't have to like people's boundaries or their decisions, but if you love someone, you should respect them and support them in that. If you can't support them in their decisions, then that's something you need to work on within yourself, okay? But I don't feel, I feel like you're like conflicted about, confused. Maybe you feel like you don't know where you stand with this person. The Queen of Pentacles is on the bottom of the deck. Somebody who's quite abundant, or as someone who's quite independent. They don't need, it's not that they don't need anyone, but you really have to, if you don't value them in the same way that they value you, they are going to walk away. So I do feel that maybe they didn't feel like you appreciated them or your connection, so they chose to turn that focus onto themselves. And then when so I do feel like there was an element of them losing themselves, and then something happened where they had to go within and work on their own self-love. And in doing that, they realised that the connection that you had with them wasn't balanced. They felt underappreciated, and they just chose to focus on the people that were appreciating them. So maybe that's where this Knight of Pentacles comes in. He may have been really, you know, focused on like working on the connection with the Queen of Swords and pouring love into that connection. So she chose to focus on that because the connection that you had wasn't balanced, and she felt underappreciated. Like she was... There's an element... Yeah, there's something about... not feeling good enough. Like, you made this Queen of Swords feel like she wasn't good enough. So she kind of lost herself in that for a little while. So she went away. Like, you took away her confidence. This sounds like you're a really awful person, and I don't think that. But whatever went on between the two of you, it left the Queen of Swords feeling depleted. It left her feeling like she wasn't good enough, like she didn't deserve you. And then, but this Queen of Swords so instead of just sitting there feeling unworthy, she's a queen. She just forgot her worth for a little while, but she took that away and she worked on herself because she's the Queen of Swords. She's got a lot of knowledge, so she transformed that and found her self-worth again, and in doing that realised that this connection, whether it be temporary or permanent, isn't balanced. And like she just felt underappreciated, so she chose herself and chose to focus on those that were appreciating her. It wasn't about choosing another person over you, it was about choosing herself. She's not... I kind of feel like you feel like she's punishing this queen, whoever the Queen of Swords is to you. I feel like you feel like this person is punishing you, but they're not. Okay, let's get a card from the Soul Truth Self-Awareness deck. Okay, what does Spirit want you to ask yourself today about this situation? Okay. Am I letting fear stop me? Yeah. Like, your fears... Maybe you were scared you were going to lose this Queen of Swords. So maybe you did things and acted in a certain way that you thought would keep them coming back so that you wouldn't lose them. Or you did something... You've said or did something out of fear because you were scared of losing this person, but ultimately in doing that, that's what's made you lose this person. So it says some trade their dreams for comfort, yet comfort is the enemy of progress. Success requires showing up every single day, even when you don't feel like it, and even when it feels uncomfortable. It takes guts and an endless vision to stay consistent to your dream. Why are you showing up for this Queen of Swords like she was showing up for you? Because I feel that with this, there's something here about you not showing up. Whereas this Knight of Pentacles was showing up. And this Knight of Pentacles could be one person or it could be multiple people because there's multiple queens. So yes, she chose to focus on the people that were stepping up and showing up for her. And in doing that, you ultimately attracted, because you were scared of losing this person, that's what you've manifested. Okay, you've manifested this situation from your point of view, however you see it. You've manifested it by your thoughts, your words, and your actions. So it says today's soul action: journal where you can be more consistent in your life in alignment with your soulful goals, then show up. So this is about like having a gratitude journal. If you're grateful for people, show them that you're grateful for them. Make them feel. This Queen of Swords, she felt underappreciated. She didn't feel like you appreciated her. So what actions, what could you have done differently to make this person feel appreciated? On the other hand, you know, if you're the Queen of Swords watching this reading, what could you have done for yourself, okay? Or what would you like others to do? How would you like others to show up for you, okay? So whatever side you're on, you need to look at it from your point of view and ask yourself the same question. Am I letting fear stop me? Because people will reflect back at you whatever's going on within you. So if you feel like someone is being cold towards you, either you're being cold towards others, or you're being hot and cold with the universe, or you're being cold towards yourself and not loving yourself. So maybe that you need to do some reflection on this situation and your part in it. You're not responsible for other people's actions and behaviours towards you, but you're responsible for your own. So what could you have done differently? Okay, because you can only do what's the saying? You can only make choices, take action with the information you have in the moment. But maybe you have new information now, or whatever you didn't work. What can you change to stop this situation happening again? Because I feel like this is a cycle where you come in and out, come in and out, come in and out. And it's got to a point where one of you had to end it. And I feel like this Queen of Swords knows that. And there may have been communication around that. Maybe at some point she told you that this in and out couldn't keep happening. And that if you wanted to be a part of each other's lives for, you know, as long as possible, that the root cause, you needed to build this connection on a firm foundation. If something's crumbling, if something has crumbled, it wasn't built on a firm foundation. So there's two ways of looking at this. You can look at it as this is over, this connection is lost, or you can take an opportunity, look at it, learn from it, realise that it wasn't built on a firm foundation, and look at what you can do to build a firm foundation so that the next time there's an issue, it doesn't crumble and you can work through it together. Does that make sense? Because I feel like with this Queen of Swords, she's only going to be focusing on relationships where people are willing to work through the issues together and not running away from the issues, and understanding and realizing that if somebody brings something to your attention and holds you accountable, that they're not punishing you, that you're not in trouble. If someone's bringing something to your attention and your awareness, it's because they want to fix it, they want to work on it. People that just walk away, sometimes it's because they've tried and they just have had enough because the connection is one-sided. So they get to the point where they go, I've done what I can do, I need to just walk away now. Other people just straight up run away. So it depends which side you're on. But I do feel like this, as I said, this Queen of Swords tried to communicate, but you were too scared because of your own wounding and maybe something from the past to look at what it was. Because if you can see, as you can see in the Five of Pentacles, her head is down. She's not looking up. She's refusing to look. There was an opportunity here for growth, and like growth within the connection. But whoever is resonating with the Five of Pentacles didn't take that opportunity. So this Queen of Swords took the opportunity to work on her own growth and the growth in connections where she was feeling appreciated, where there was abundance, where there was what's the word I'm looking for? An opportunity for growth, and a deeper connection in the physical. Okay, so I think that's all I have on that. So we're going to end with an affirmation. An affirmation is a positive statement about what you want or how you want your life to be. And if you already have an abundant mindset, a positive mindset, it just helps to maintain that. So what's the affirmation, please, Spirit, for today? So as I'm shuffling, I'm starting to feel really tired. I'm like just really like, it's like you're fed up with something. It's like there's an element of just being fed up with the same thing happening. And I feel like that's the Queen of Swords. Like she got to the point where it's like, enough. I can't keep doing this. Need to end the cycle. There's an element of feeling defeated. So that could be whoever was resonating with the Five of Pentacles. But like this situation is draining because you're looking at it from the wrong perspective. Yeah. Attack, pain, fear, judgment, and any form of separation are merely calls for help. So I'm not really quite sure what I'm picking up off of this, if I'm honest. Like, I just feel that maybe okay, with this Queen of Swords here, I said about picking battles. There was an element of her that was feeling attacked, judged, and like I think she understands that it was like why things have happened. I don't feel like this Queen of Swords is angry with whoever is resonating with the Five of Pentacles. I feel like she just took whatever was being thrown at her and just transformed it into self-love. Transmuted it all. She went within and looked at what it was bringing up within her and did the healing. And I feel like there's just been a separation. Like you've both separated to do the healing. But this Queen of Swords looks like she's sitting there like really fed up, looking at like just like there's no need to keep going into separation. We do not need to keep going into separation. We can work through this together. We're going to trigger each other. But that doesn't mean that we have to separate to continue to do the healing. It's time to come together and do the healing. But in order to do that, you both have to be on the same page. And I feel like whoever's resonating with the Five of Pentacles has quite a lot of healing to do. So this may take some time. I don't think there's an overnight solution to this. But I do think that there is potential that you will come back together at some point in the future. And if you both choose to, that the connection that you once had will be even stronger. But it depends on everybody's actions and what path they want to take, okay? And how you go about this. Okay, that's all I have for you. I hope that helps. Thank you for allowing me to be part of your journey today. Take care, stay safe, and I will see you soon. Namaste.